Siddha Ganju is a self-driving architect at NVIDIA. She is also a member of the Frontier Development Lab at NASA, where she is working towards incorporating AI in space-related projects such as developing meteor detectors. Recently, she was also featured in the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Last but not the least, she also authored the book on practical deep learning for cloud, mobile, and edge. In this episode, we talked a lot about AI, college, learning new things, and the meaning of life. I hope you enjoy this conversation.
Okay, we can
All right.
start.
All right. Explain to me, like I'm five, what is the current work that you do?
या तो मैं एनवीडिया में सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार्स पे काम करती हूँ एंड सेल्फ ड्राइविंग कार्स पे काम करना includes, for example, neural networks को train करना to understand the environment around them. Now, one specific example would be कि जैसे stop sign को detect करना है या traffic lights को detect करना है, right? क्या color red है, green है, yellow है, and हमने एक बार जब detect कर दिया, तो उसको react कैसे करेंगे? So, neural network को या फिर जो भी software है, we have to teach the software how to react in these situations. And now these are obviously some of the relatively simpler situations. But when we come into urban and rural road scenarios and traffic driving, highway driving, तो उसमें और काफी सारी complexities add हो जाती हैं. So that's basically one of the things that I concentrate on. Now, when we talk about autonomous vehicles, of course, हमने neural networks train कर लिया, but there's also the validation and testing component of it. Now, in validation and testing, NVIDIA has this really cool hardware known as Drive Constellation, जिसका idea है कि, you have all this software developed, but how do you validate it in the real world?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, there's the simulation aspect of it. There's also the real world experimentation. And how do you combine these two to get the best of both worlds is what Constellation tries to do. And if anybody's also interested in like understanding, more of the intricate details of self-driving, there's this YouTube channel, NVIDIA Drive Lab. So they actually talk about कि हमने path detector है, ऐसे train किया है, ये inputs होते हैं, ये outputs होते हैं. And that's more technically nuanced than what I can talk about right now. But that's like not Eli 5 approach to self-driving cars. So that's what I do at NVIDIA. And in some of my free time, I'm really interested in applications of AI जो कि real world में apply हो सकती हैं. So through those applications, there's one really interesting project that I got to work on, which was called CAMS, Camera for All Sky Surveillance. So this project, I was introduced to CAMS through Frontier Development Lab, which is an AI accelerator for NASA and European Space Agency. And the idea behind CAMS is जैसे नाइट स्काई में काफी सारी एक्टिविटी होती है राइट देयर कैन बी अ स्ट्रीक ऑफ लाइट व्हिच बिलोंग्स टू लेट्स से मीटियोर अ सैटेलाइट मूविंग इट कैन बी बर्ड्स फ्लाइंग या प्लेन की टेल लाइट हो सकती है तो यूजिंग जस्ट दिस इंफॉर्मेशन राइट कि नाइट में एक्टिविटी हुई है एंड दिस इज अ स्ट्रीक ऑफ लाइट जो कि ऐसे मूव हुई है कैन वी एक्चुअली प्रिडिक्ट कि क्या ये एक मीटियोर था या वाज दिस समथिंग एल्स so that's something that I try to do in my free time. And this is, I feel like, really exciting work because it's very nuanced and it's very, very different to anything that I could get to work on at an industry level.
On self-driving cars, like what's the goal here? What's the like final real-world application that NVIDIA is
Yeah,
trying to build?
that's a good question. So, NVIDIA, at least as far as I know right now, isn't going to build full fledged cars, but the software hardware components, right? जैसे कि GPUs हैं, And in this regard, there is Pegasus, which is a chip that NVIDIA has that actually powers a lot of cars. And there's been a lot of public announcements around that as well. But when we look at the real world applications of self-driving cars, on a personal level, we usually think, okay, मेरी गाड़ी automatically चलेगी. But there is also another perspective in it कि this is such a powerful technology and it can really nurture applications of the future, जैसे कि helping elderly community in a specific geofenced area, या फिर इसका ट्रकिंग में बहुत इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है, या फिर लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी होती है. एंड ऑन द अदर एंड ऑफ द स्पेक्ट्रम इज स्पेस एक्सप्लोरेशन में ऑटोनमस रोवर्स होते हैं. सो like this technology is really incredible, and future ke jitne bhi applications hai, that's kind of what we're building with a futuristic vision.
Acha. So, what do you think? Let's say we have a fleet of self-driving cars on the road.
Yeah.
Can it coexist with human drivers, or uh, completely replacing human drivers with self-driving cars is safer?
That's a really good question. And I think it's more of what the technology is expected to do and what it can do, right? So before we get to any of those use cases, we need to figure out कि वो काम करेगा कैसे, right? Let's like अगर हम technical problems पे focus करें, so if there are two cars on the road, both are AI powered, या both are ego vehicles, they also need to figure out how to communicate to each other. Communicating to each other means there's a lot of data transmission between them. क्या हमारे पास आज इतनी bandwidth है कि हम multiple times per second इतना communication कर सके between two cars? So it's not just computer vision problem, yeah, it's not just compute problem, it's a lot of technologies that have to come together to develop even a single kind of a solution, yeah, vision of the future.
Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, about your work related to the FDL, Frontier Development Lab, like
Yeah.
why, like what's the impact? Like why should we detect meteors? Like I understand the
So cool. Yeah, so most of the space work, right? जितना भी हम questions answer करते हैं या जितने भी हम projects करते हैं space से related, at the end of the day, they aim to answer the most existential question कि life कहाँ से आई है? Where did we develop from, right? तो in particular जो CAMS project है, that tries to answer this question in two ways. First is the more direct way कि एक बार हमने देख लिया कि ये meteor shower है, and if that meteor shower has actually landed on the earth, मतलब उसका छोटा सा piece of rock है या meteorite है that has landed on the earth, and if we can find that, that helps us understand कि organics कैसे develop हुए थे. The second part of this is अगर हमने एक meteor shower observe किया है, we can calculate its trajectory कि वो अर्थ के एटमॉस्फेयर में हमें कहाँ से दिखा, उसकी स्पेस में पेरेंट बॉडी कहाँ से है, वो कहाँ से आया है. And with this information we can expand our knowledge of the universe, yeah, of space as we know it, and we can also predict कि अगला meteor shower कब आएगा if it is something that is relatively a long period comet, मतलब it takes maybe 1,000 years to go around the earth. So there are a lot of questions that we can answer from this.
And how many have we answered?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's one big question.
Yeah.
And this project does, it takes a small step towards that. So we're taking that small step. Yeah.
One small step for man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so uh, coming to learning about AI, I asked this question like I've asked this question to a lot of people.
Hmm.
What's a good way to get started in AI? But I
Yeah.
think it's important to eliminate the bad ways as well. So, what do you
Hmm.
think is a not good way? It's not a good way to get started in AI.
I think not a good way to get started with anything is kind of not starting at all. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like if you just jump right into it, something you will learn out of it. Now, if I were to go back and redo everything, right? I do have some things that I know that would help me more. So if I was starting out today, I would
Hmm.
focus a lot on the practical aspects of AI. Yeah, getting hands-on experience of projects. For example, if we know कि कोई algorithm है, right? वो algorithm कैसे specific data distribution में commonly use हो सकता
Hmm.
है. And that real world knowledge, I think, will really help me as I proceed in that. Uh, if I was learning today, this knowledge will help me move forward.
Right. So, I did start. I did start learning about AI in the
Mm-hmm.
last 2 years, like more or less,
Uh-huh.
like not a dedicated
Yeah.
uh, learning routine, but
Yeah.
on and off, right?
Yeah.
So what's a out of these two ways, which is top-down learning versus bottom-up learning,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
let me define them.
Yeah.
Bottom-up is basically I start from maths, which is maybe linear algebra,
Mm-hmm.
probability,
Yeah.
statistics, versus top-down. I pick up a library and pick up a model, detect cats and
Yeah.
dogs, and say, okay, my model
Oh,
is doing
yeah.
good. Now let's dig deeper. So which
Yeah.
of these works?
So I think both methods have their own advantages and disadvantages. What my opinion is, and obviously, there is a disclaimer कि ये तरीका मैं अपने लिए apply करती हूँ.
Mm-hmm.
This may not apply to someone else, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think for me, it depends on three different things. कि मेरे पास कितना time है and जो मैं knowledge सीख कर रही हूँ, इसका क्या impact होगा मेरे पे and क्या मुझे उसमें interest है. तो इन तीन चीजों को यूज करके लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. लेट्स से आई वांट टू बाय अ बल्ब. ठीक है.
Hmm.
तो in buying a bulb, there are like I don't want so much knowledge about it कि I know absolutely everything about a bulb. I literally just want to know कि क्या ये energy efficient है, क्या ये उतनी light देगा जितनी मुझे चाहिए, and क्या इसका color ठीक है, right? I don't want a green bulb, for example.
Right.
So I don't want to spend too much time on it, which means कि I want to be efficient. And the efficient way that I do it is I'll try to crowdsource as much knowledge, which means कि I'll go to a blog, I'll search about it and I'll see कि okay, इस तरह के bulbs are more energy efficient. This is recommended for a room in which I study. This is recommended for something else. So that's one approach. But then there are also some things that may not necessarily have an impact on my knowledge, but those are definitely interesting. For example, I'm very interested in gardening. So usme I try to make time and learn more about it, even though it doesn't really have a direct impact on me.
Hmm.
And then there's also the third kind, jisme I may have something to learn, something net new to learn, but I don't have the time. So usme I try to do top down approach because I don't have the time to do a bottom up approach. Hopefully not complicated.
No, no,
Yeah.
I get it. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's well put. Uh, you have also written a book, and I described about it in the intro as well. Practical deep learning for cloud, mobile, and edge. Uh, So there are a lot of resources on the internet to learn about
Yeah,
AI or get into AI.
yeah,
Like, what led you to write this book?
yeah. So काफी सारे reasons थे. One was कि I've always heard कि जैसे when you explain things to others, you you have to have such clear concepts that explanation is easy. So I think for my co-authors and I, it was kind of a challenge that we took to make sure कि we understood the concepts well enough to explain it in a different way. And इसकी motivation थी कि when my co-authors and I, we used to go to a lot of like conferences and competitions and hackathons. So a lot of students, yeah, a lot of people who originally had worked in AI before the resurgence wanted to move back into AI. And so they used to ask, ki, how do you actually become more proficient in it? And so again, the question came out ki they already know AI, at least in its basics format. And
Mm.
how do you get that experience that makes you a practitioner in AI? And like if you like taking an example, if you go to the gym, right? Gym mein there's like a bench press buddy or a coach, right? Who help you become better at it. So it's that similar kind of a conversation that helps you improve the skills that you already have. And that similar conversation is what we have in the book. Ki it's not just about the AI anymore, it's also holistic kind of end-to-end development, right? So of course there is the code that goes with AI, but it's also about क्या strategy develop करोगे तुम किसी भी idea के लिए, क्या incubation होनी चाहिए. And so I think that is a very unique perspective that of course we all learned, during our 25 years of experience. Um, and a lot of it was just learning from people who had come before us, right? So that learning and failing is what we kind of added. And I think we've also approached it in a very humorous way, which was something that you usually don't see in a lot of books. So yeah,
So
we had a
it
lot of
is.
jokes to make, so we figured out we might as well publish those.
So it is an
Yeah,
example of top-down learning, right? It is
it
use
is top down. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yeah,
So uske baad I can pick up a more detailed uh,
yeah.
book.
And I think so. The idea behind top down also is to help you develop that confidence
Hmm.
and to kind of get rid of that imposter syndrome that a lot of people have. Ki, theek hai, now I can train, let's say, cat dog detector. Now what's next, right?
Hmm.
So that's also kind of the thing.
Right. So what's your uh, favorite research paper or that you read recently, or something you remember distinctly remember being really good?
I don't. I don't think I have a favorite research paper. I so the context is also कि AI में इतनी सारी fields है, right? Like if we are just to divide it based on data modality, like data किस format में है, तो computer vision अपनी की अपनी field है, right? Computer vision के अंदर there's activity recognition, there's detection, segmentation, there's so many fields, right? वैसा ही text के लिए है, audio के लिए है, natural language processing के लिए है. Then if we look at learning methodology in AI, so there is weak supervision, self-supervision, unsupervised learning, and so on. So there is a lot happening. AI is huge. So I don't think it's easy for me or for it is a hard job to keep up with everything. So I don't think I can name one exact title. But more recently, there is the entire field of self-supervised learning, which I think is really interesting. And self-supervised का idea ये है कि you don't need annotated data because you're letting the AI model learn on its own. तो इसका बहुत कॉमन एग्जांपल है जैसे जब हम बच्चे होते हैं वी लर्न हाउ टू वॉक ऑन आवर ओन राइट हमें कोई इंस्ट्रक्शनल वीडियो नहीं देता है कि ये पैर उठाओ ये करो राइट सो इट्स काइंड ऑफ लाइक दैट एंड आई थिंक why is self supervision really exciting? Because right now, supervised learning is mainstream. And supervised learning में हमें labeled या annotated data चाहिए होता है. And उसकी labeling और annotation करने में बहुत time लगता है. It is a very expensive task. So self supervision is really interesting in that regard. And there is also the component key because annotation is so expensive, there is so much data out there that is not annotated, right? जैसे कि there is this like satellite data, it's mostly unannotated. So there may be like petabytes worth of satellite data that could potentially be used if we have a good enough way to train without labels, which is what self-supervised learning tries to do.
Right, but it's harder to classify things, right, with self-supervised. Like you don't even know what
It
that
is
is for.
very difficult, yeah. Yeah, but recently there are some, for example, architectures or like architectures or some new things in self-supervised learning that make results from self-supervised learning very exciting. And that's really what's the breakthrough. So another thing you may have noticed or that I have noticed is जो अभी recently conferences हुई हैं, right? लाइक CVPR थी या न्यूरिप्स थी तो इन सब में सेल्फ सुपरवाइज लर्निंग का अपनी अपनी वर्कशॉप होती है एंड सो दीज वर्कशॉप्स also change, right? 5 years ago there probably wasn't a workshop on self supervised learning. So
Hmm.
I think seeing the trends in the workshop is also a good way to gauge ki, what is exciting and what people are concentrating on as a community, I mean.
Okay. Talking about research papers again, how do you read research papers, and uh, and is it important to read research papers when you're working in the industry? Because I guess on your day-to-day job, you'd probably need to just engineer things instead of
Yeah,
digging deep into the
yeah.
academia. So,
Hmm. So there are a couple of things in that. Self-driving is yeah, self-driving की जो technology है, that requires a lot of research, right? Because if everything was known, then we would have self-driving today, but we don't. So there is a lot of research that goes into it, and there is a lot of active research that there is. But why I like your question about reading research papers is because when I was starting out in AI and machine learning, I used to have the same question, because reading research papers is really important. And I didn't know how to read research papers. So I again used to ask this question to everybody. But over the years, the technique that I've developed to read research papers is that I try to crowdsource knowledge as much as possible. Now, actually, what this means is कि college में there were several reading groups जो मैंने join किए थे. Now, ये reading groups क्या करते हैं?
कॉलेज में मतलब अंडरग्रेड
You
में, सॉरी,
undergrad में मैंने online join किए थे.
वही
There are a
वही
lot of online forums also.
वही मैं सोचूं,
Um,
अंडरग्रेड में तो रीडिंग ही
yeah,
नहीं थी। रीडिंग ग्रुप्स कहाँ से होंगे?
there were a
ऑलराइट,
lot of online things that you could
ओके,
join, which again I learned from people.
सॉरी,
But
या गो ऑन।
yeah, yeah. So जो reading group होते हैं ना, it's like there is a group of 5 people, let's say, and each one reads the same paper. and everybody contributes to like during a discussion, everybody says like three positive or three negatives or three interesting things about the paper. So at the end of that discussion, you have a lot more knowledge about that particular paper. And then there is also another way to conduct reading groups, which is ki everybody reads one paper, one different paper, and you discuss or you present that paper. And so at the end of that reading group, you came in with one paper, knowledge of one paper, you are leaving with knowledge of five papers.
Hmm.
And so that's kind of what I mean by crowdsourcing knowledge. And this technique has really helped me. But now, I mean, now in office also, we have several reading groups. But for someone who does not have access to a reading group, there are also online podcasts that people host reading seminars in. There are also newsletters that talk about a paper, several papers, I mean. So some examples of those are just say O'Reilly host karta hai. There is a newsletter that they have in which they write about different papers. And when they write about different papers, they are condensing a lot of that information, but it is enough information to give you the idea of what is happening in that paper. So just say O'Reilly ka hai, there's one known as AIDL, AID planning. Then there is This Week in Machine Learning and AI. Then there is Deep Learning.ai, The Batch. There are so many others, right? I don't even know all of them. So that is one source. And if I have to do research on one particular area, which is relatively new to me, I use this website known as Short Science, jahan pe usually the author of the paper actually gives like summaries and pros cons, and they actively have discussion on the paper. So you can literally ask the author of a paper to explain something, or you can search, something about that paper jo bakiyon ne discuss kiya hai.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like a discussion board for people who work in that area. So that's the idea.
Right. So I have also subscribed to a channel on YouTube called, I think, 2 Minute Papers. Have
Yes,
you heard of it?
yeah, that's one. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I have subscribed to it, but over the years I've haven't watched a lot of these videos because
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't keep up with the pace of the progress
yeah, yeah.
in AI. Okay.
Actually, I now that I think about it, I actually don't watch a lot of videos, but I like to like listen to podcasts like जब मैं बर्तन धो रही होती हूँ या मैं I'm just doing something so I can keep it in the background. I I but I mean you can also do that with a video. But yeah, any option is good than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, about reading research papers, I think end of the day it comes down to you sitting alone in a room with a paper and just reading it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. In that case,
Yes.
what I find hard is like the will to go on when there are a lot of citations, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
then it now creates a
Yes.
graph of knowledge. What is supposed to
Yeah.
be one
Yeah.
paper, now there are like 10 papers I have to read before
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
depletes my will to keep
Yes.
going. So
Yeah.
how
I
do you deal
totally
with
get
it?
that. I totally get that. So initially, what I used to do is I picked up one paper. मैंने वो paper पूरी depth में पढ़ा. It took me maybe 5-6 hours, and I probably didn't even understand anything after it, right? Because it was so new to me. But then what I did also was कि मैं उसकी citations पढ़ती थी, and I used to consider कि okay इस paper में क्या हो रहा है, and I used to note them down somewhere. I actually used to note them down on GitHub, so it was easy for me to go back and say okay paper number one ये this was the summary of it, this was its pros and cons. And then when that paper would be referenced somewhere else, I already had that summary कि okay इस paper में ये हुआ था, and this is how they're building on top of it, or this is how they are saying that we are doing things differently in the current paper. So I basically built up that knowledge base for myself, and then I went up and up
Hmm.
and up. But there's so much, like the speed of publication in AI is so much, it's so difficult to keep up. Yeah.
So, what I meant was favorite research papers. Uh, Let me put it in a better way. Like, what are some profound ideas in AI that have had a huge impact on the community or in the field, on the field?
I think one of the most important ideas that I think,
Don't say GANs.
no, so see, I literally have a job because computer vision is a field, right?
Right, right.
So I consider that a really important idea. But so computer vision, how it started was ki at MIT, I think in 1960s or something, somebody proposed कि okay, we'll have a summer project on computer vision और summer के end में हम पूरे का पूरा computer vision solve कर देंगे, right?
Really?
It was a very, yeah, that's true. So it was a very ambitious project, and now it has developed into its own field. And like I said, I have a job because of that. So I think important ideas को impact दिखाने में takes a lot of time. Takes a lot of time. And there are also a lot of ideas that show impact relatively quick. जैसे कि there is something known as a dropout in deep learning. तो dropout क्या होता है? It basically with some probability, usually 0.5, it will either keep or remove a particular unit. मतलब it's like a dice roll and you're saying कि अगर कोई specific number आ रहा है with that
Hmm.
probability, you will keep that number, otherwise you will discard that number.
Oh,
And so dropout seems like a very simple idea, and its implementation is also relatively simple. But in a neural network, the impact it can have is it will make the network more robust because there is a random probability that the network has to play with in order for it to be robust. So there are also some ideas that you can have instant impact on, because of which you can have instant impact. So I think there are both kinds of ideas, but some of the more ambitious ideas, I think it just takes longer to have an impact.
right.
What are you
Uh,
thinking?
I was thinking of Bitcoin, which is considered as one of the most important ideas, but I'm still
Hmm.
waiting for its impact. अभी तो लोग पैसे के लिए कर रहे हैं.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
looking for its uh, impact on the
Yeah.
world. Right now, it's only
Yeah. I
right
think
now it's only
adoption
yeah.
also is something, right? Adoption of technology. I think Dropout was instantaneously adopted because it was easy to adopt it and
Hmm.
easy to see the impact of it, right? So it was like something that was like overnight, even though obviously it took a lot of time to develop, but when people adopted it, it was overnight.
Hmm.
And I think that's where the difference comes, I guess.
Right. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see how it goes with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming to college, the college days and personal
Yeah.
development.
Yeah.
Uh, when you got into undergrad specifically, what was
Hmm.
your expectation from college, and what was the mindset, maybe कि क्या करना है आके
Hmm.
कॉलेज में?
Yeah. तो तो जब मैंने कॉलेज एंटर किया था, आई थिंक आई वाज like my mind was basically empty and it was like a sponge, and I knew that I wanted to absorb as much knowledge there is.
So you went to the library on day one?
I observed a lot of things and I learned from the practical side of things.
Ah, okay.
I think that's something that I learned. I don't know how I learned that, but that, yeah, I think that is something that I've been using, like observing things and learning how they work on a more practical note, I think. Right? जैसे
Okay.
मैंने कहा कि कोई algorithm है, I think I need a more practical experience in it to understand it well. And I think even in college, it's not just about technical knowledge or academic knowledge, but it's a lot more skills that you learn, or at least that I think I learned in college.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of what I did, the Siddha approach.
So what do you mean
Yeah.
by practical aspects of like what, like computer science or other things like?
No, it could be anything. Like, so see, college is, at least for me, it was the first time when I actually had to do everything by myself, right?
Right, yeah.
You have to, and home environment में वो नहीं होता है. Home environment, you literally just have to study, and that is really it, right? So I also think कि home environment में I really didn't get an opportunity to learn a lot of things that people do learn in the wild, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, one of the things in college that really stood out was कि I learned different perspectives, and like, how do you think from someone else's viewpoint?
Mm.
You know, that is something that I learned in college. या फिर and I also try to surround myself with people who were very different in their perspectives. Like, there were so many clubs that I had joined, like college magazine ka tha, ya फिर Pixanoids tha, and so on and so forth. So the nature of a lot of people in these clubs were very different compared to each other, but unique in their, matlab, same in their club, but different overall. So I kind of exposed myself to a lot more inputs that I could learn from, and I crowdsourced knowledge like that. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things, like, okay, one of the downsides of doing this is like
Hmm.
gaining a lot of knowledge and
Yeah.
gaining a lot of viewpoints is it
Yeah.
becomes hard to prioritize the most important thing you want to learn,
Hmm.
in my opinion. Like, I
Hmm.
am interested about 10 things, then let's say in
Hmm.
college you join different clubs, right? You now you know a
Yeah.
lot of stuff
Yeah.
about different things.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
did you प्रायोरिटाइज कि हाँ मुझे अब लाइक ब्रेथ फर्स्ट तो हो गया, नाउ डेप्थ फर्स्ट जाना है, तो क्या कैसे प्रायोरिटाइज किया? which what I'm coming to is your uh, steering your interest into AI during college. Like how did gaining different
Oh, okay.
perspectives from a lot of
Yeah.
people, then you
Yeah.
prioritized to picked
Yeah.
one thing and then you went there? Like how did that
Yeah.
happen, that transition?
So, uh, exposure to AI was from hackathons. I learned ki, you know, AI is also a field, and not just AI, but there are so many subfields and opportunities in computer science in general. And so that's something that I learned at hackathons, and that's also where I was introduced to machine learning for the first time. So, like, at one of these hackathons, when I learned, okay, machine learning bhi kuch hai, and there's Coursera, and then there's MOOCs, and then there's so much to study, I took up the machine learning course, and that's how I got started. And I I got excited enough to study it and stick to it. And I learned how to prioritize it because I was interested in it. I was also interested in a lot of other things, but I I could prioritize it. Okay, so this is so difficult. Um, let's say I'm interested in 10 different things, right?
Yeah.
I can prioritize them based on, again, what is the impact that that knowledge will have on me? What is the effort that I need to put into it in order to be good at it? And is this something that I want to do for a longer duration, or is it just something that gives me a quick win versus long-term satisfaction? So basically the 3 points that we discussed
Yeah.
earlier.
Hmm.
And I think वैसी prioritization करके I realized कि okay, you know, machine learning is something that I'm really interested in. and it does give me long term satisfaction, and it is something that I can build a career in. So I think that's what kept me going and got me interested and keeps me going.
Right. So let me ask you this. Uh, is it just okay to be curious about something and things will fall in place versus having a plan about what you want to do
Yeah.
in your 20s? Let's say कि मैं कॉलेज आया, मास्टर्स करनी है, I'll make sure कि
Yeah. Yeah.
कॉलेज में I get good CGPA because that's what matters in
Yeah.
masters, and I also prefer GRE. Masters करनी है and get a good job in Europe, US, and make a lot of money, get married, come back to India. So that's a plan, right? And so if you
Uh-huh.
notice, I haven't
So
really
you're saying you
mentioned.
had that plan when you
No, no,
entered
no.
in IT?
This was not my plan. This is an example,
Okay.
all right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so if you notice, I haven't really talked about the subject matter in this plan, right? कि
Mm-hmm.
मास्टर्स करनी है इस फील्ड में, फिर अच्छी जॉब चाहिए, पैसे कमा लेंगे, शादी कर लेंगे.
सब्जेक्ट मैटर का मतलब क्या है?
सब्जेक्ट मैटर की फील्ड कौन सी है, मशीन लर्निंग
अच्छा
है,
अच्छा, कौन
सॉफ्टवेयर
सी फील्ड?
इंजीनियरिंग.
ओ ओ आई सी.
See,
ओके
so
ओके ओके
this
ओके.
is a plan that people have, right?
Yeah.
And there is
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
right or wrong about it, right? And the
Yeah. Yeah.
second thing
Yeah.
is to just be curious about something that oh college
Yeah.
में मुझे machine learning पसंद थी, and then out of my interest I did masters, and then out of my interest I did the
Yeah.
job, and things eventually fell in place.
Yeah.
I didn't plan for it. So which side are you on?
Yeah. So I think it's necessary to say, and I'll come to the answer later, but I feel like this needs to be said, कि in hindsight, when you look at someone's journey,
Yeah.
it often feels कि, oh, iske baad ye aaya, it was a direct
Hmm.
progression, right? But people don't often see कि, oh, this was not actually a direct jump. There were a lot of like down steps and up steps and down steps, but people only know about like the highlights.
Yeah.
So having said that, people assume it's a plan. But when you're in the moment and you're like, oh ho, ab kya karoon? It's not it's not about it's not about ki you had that plan at that immediate moment, but it in hindsight it does look like a plan.
Right.
And so planning के लिए I will say कि जैसे जो long term plans होते हैं, I think yeah, if you want to have some long term impact, right, you need to have some kind of a dedicated plan for it.
Yeah.
Because curiosity as a motivation cannot keep you going every single day, right?
Yeah.
Let's say मुझे मैराथन के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है, मैं 1 महीने रन नहीं करूंगी तो I'm not gonna get there. So I need a plan and I need somebody to keep me accountable on that plan so that I execute on it every single day. So I kind of I guess it's a mix of curiosity and planning. तो इसका kind of motto जो बन जाता है, it's like you plan, or sorry, you have a goal, you plan for it, and then when you fail, you recalibrate, because fail तो होना ही है, right? Failing and planning करनी बहुत जरूरी है, but you also want to plan in the direction that you want to move forward, and you want to plan in the direction for which you are curious.
Right. So it's a mix and match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you remember like movies and all के पहले वो disclaimer देते हैं ना कि ये घटना
Yeah.
काल्पनिक है.
Hmm.
So I feel like everything that we've talked about is kind of like that, right? Because it's not a direct application to anybody, because it's not an experience that they may have been through, but it's something that they are seeing somebody else go through, and you choose to apply it or not. काल्पनिक है ना इस type से.
Yeah.
I guess that was confusing.
No. That's I get what you mean there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you learn new things?
How do I learn new things? So this kind of assumes that I am learning new things, right? And I actually agree to that, because I feel like that growth mindset is really good. At the end of it, even if I fail, I still learn something, and I really like that. And learning new things, like I said, I crowdsource as much as I can. Like if I want to learn more about startups, yeah, India mein startups kaisi hai, I will ask Arpit, you know, ki what is happening, tell me everything. Yeah, I just try to learn from experts around me
Similar, similar.
who have skin in the game, like you said.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Learning in the sense, a particular skill, let's say, skilling up, like maybe playing football, maybe playing an instrument,
Mm-hmm.
or learning
Mm-hmm.
a new programming language. Like, what's the
Mm-hmm.
approach? Is there a very any specific approach, or it's just curiosity? Let me build something and see what goes on there.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, I mean, if it's learning a new language specifically, I will try to make a project with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like कुछ basic, like Hello World banaya, but obviously slightly intricate Hello World.
Yeah.
So just to help me understand कि क्या है इस language में. But I think it makes, like, it's different from like what am I learning? Like if it's an actual language, then it's a lot more complicated. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 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 Sorry, I missed this question in the college days. What do you think of online learning, which is now more prevalent because of the pandemic, versus being on
Yeah.
campus, being on campus and learning, like college days जो हमारे थे,
Yeah.
that compared to a dedicated, focused online learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Um, so जैसे ये question है ना, online learning versus in person या college learning, is it that online learning is a replacement
Yeah.
of college
Yep.
learning? Oh, it's a replacement. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Do you think?
interesting.
Do you think?
For like for us.
I mean, for the coming generations or people who
Hmm.
will be going to college in a few years,
Yeah.
because
So
there are a lot of.
personally,
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
no, 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 no. Say.
No, because it seems like online learning is way cheaper, and then there
Hmm.
is a, if
Yeah.
you focus really well, and you can learn really well in short
Yeah.
amount of time, and you save both
Yeah.
time and money,
Yeah.
and you
Optimized.
it is an optimized thing
Yeah.
versus being on campus, which seems,
Yeah.
yeah, seems low.
I
But
mean, COVID में तो नहीं, but
yeah, yeah, let's say COVID
yeah.
situation is gone, do you think online learning is better?
Yeah. So I think like when you consider the generational point, right?
Yeah.
Our generation grew up in a very different environment.
Yeah.
Like we learned how to write on paper, we know कि landline क्या होता है, हमने
Hmm.
floppy disk देखी है, we are that generation. So we know the importance of interpersonal skills and like networking क्या होती है, and किसी के साथ बैठ के बात करना, like what is that experience like, and we
Hmm.
know कि like deep relationships क्या होते हैं. But at the same time, because we're talking about generations, if you look at the current like upcoming generations, तो उनको हम AI native बोलते हैं because they grew up talking to Alexa, right? Like imagine growing up with like a speaker who you can talk to.
Yeah.
You would kind of think कि okay, मैं ही Alexa हूँ, या Alexa is basically another person. So I think from that point of view, maybe they really like, because I mean they've grown up with that kind of perspective, right? They don't know कि static चीजें क्या होती है. They just know कि यहाँ पे तो advertisement आती रहती है बस पे, तो ये तो that is normal for them. Like they see like sorry, dynamic screens everywhere, and everything is personalized for them, right? So they kind of grew up with that, and maybe for them online learning is the best approach. But I think for me, I really liked the college experience because I think our generation, of course, grew up in that environment, and that was something that we could work with, I guess.
Okay. So Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let's say 10, 20 years down the line, I have kids, and
Wait. I should also say this कि जैसे मैंने अभी तक कहा है कि I used online learning so much, right? Like, but I use
yeah,
it as argument, like to
okay.
augment by learning. But I also went to hackathons where I developed like a lot of, like
Mm-hmm.
I learned about a lot of people and I developed a lot of interpersonal relationships. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay. Uh, so my question is, let's say 10 to 20 years down the line, I have
Yeah.
kids. Okay.
Let me put it in my calendar. Okay.
I have kids 10, 20 years down the line.
Yeah.
Okay, and I come to
Yeah.
you to advise me
Yeah.
कि दो options हैं.
Uh-huh.
I can send my
Uh-huh.
kids to a college where a
Hmm.
lot of other kids are coming, and there's also a very
Yeah.
very good online
Online learning
online
program.
or online university where which has a good
Hmm.
what do you say, good
Yeah.
rate of like, it has a good reputation कि
Yeah.
हम हमारे बच्चे बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, it's cheap, we
Yeah.
save time, and it's done in
Yeah.
2 years. So what would you suggest I should do?
4 years of knowledge in 2 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what you're saying?
Okay, let's do 4 years, both of them.
Okay.
But I think it's
Okay.
easier to do, at least for computer science, to do it in 2 years.
But then you're also saying कि like you won't be taking जैसे हमें first and second year में like we had electrical के subjects and
हाँ,
mechanical के
वो नहीं,
subjects. You
वो
won't be
नहीं.
doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So okay.
Yeah,
So under that
advise me.
assumption,
Yeah.
advise you. I would say ask your kids. I think they would know what works best for them. And if not, their parents would know what works best for them, which is you. When in doubt, ask your mom and dad. But like let's talk about this, right? What do you think you would want to consider when making that decision? Like, is it just interpersonal relationships? Is it the fact कि तुम क्लास में बैठे हो और तुम सो रहे हो, गेम खेल रहे हो और कुछ सुन नहीं रहे हो, right? Is it that, or is it just the ability to be able to ask questions to the professor?
Well, I would any day choose going to college
Mm-hmm.
physically. Like, I would send them
What is the
there
reason?
so that they, so that they don't become socially awkward like me. But I think college, like as you said, college is not really always about education. It's
Yeah,
also about interpersonal relationships, and you get a
yeah.
lot of perspectives. And
So,
any day I
so
would
I,
choose
I'll
hostel
ask
over
you
it.
this.
Yeah.
You choose hostel. Yeah, hostel is also a very important part of college education. Yeah.
Yeah, because especially our college, like the uh, national colleges where people from all many
Yeah,
states come in,
yeah,
that's a really really
yeah,
that can,
yeah,
because you put yourself in sometimes embarrassing situation, there's a lot of discomfort, but you come out
yeah.
well groomed.
You
I
learn
think
something out of it.
in
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so. Yeah.
yeah. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah, but so that is a plus point, that
yeah,
and there is nothing in online learning that would convince me that
yeah.
they can simulate that online.
But like, also consider the fact कि like maybe 17, 18 पे लोग college जाते हैं, right? तो
Yeah.
उसके पहले वाला school, would that be in person or would that be online for you or for your kids?
Interpersonal. Yeah.
Interpersonal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I think interpersonal, yeah. In-person college for sure.
Okay, so online learning will always be.
I think it's good to augment that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something that you can always use as a fallback option.
Mm.
But like if I think about it कि जैसे अभी हम सब घर से काम कर रहे हैं, right?
Yeah.
तो I still have the same rapport with my teammates and colleagues that I had when we were working in person.
Yes.
Like
Right.
that has not changed. But I think that is because I already have that working
Yeah.
relationship with them,
Exactly.
right? It's
Yeah.
not like yeah, I had to build something.
Yeah.
But do you think if you were in a situation where you had to meet someone online, like let's say in a professional environment, right? would you be able to build that rapport with them?
No, I don't think so. I think we would
Hmm.
have to have a lot of these kind of an hour long episodes together, just
Hmm.
talking
Hmm.
random, because we
I
do.
mean,
I
these
mean,
questions you don't
yeah,
really ask anybody in a random conversation.
yeah. I mean, we have. मतलब
Yeah.
हमारी company में we have these lunch hours or virtual TGI
Yeah. Yeah.
Fridays where everyone just comes in,
Yeah.
they eat and
Yeah.
talk
We
random.
also have those. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't think that will be able to uh,
Yeah. But
simulate
like
that.
Zoom में ये है कि you all have to listen to one person.
Yeah.
Usually जब like group
हाँ,
lunches होते थे, you usually talk to the person,
next to
sitting
you.
or
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
at the same time, I think when I look at my younger cousins, right, they like this is just my observation. Um, like for them, their relationship is through the phone. Their relationship is
Yeah,
not face to face, it's through the phone. So maybe for them it's different. You'll have to ask someone who's,
yeah,
and it's a huge debate, obviously.
yeah. It's hard
Yeah.
because I feel like now there'll be a generation gap.
We're getting old.
Okay, let's get back to
Yeah.
okay, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Okay. uh 5 book recommendations from
Hmm.
Siddhaganju.
Hmm. Let me see. मैंने अभी अभी क्या पढ़ा है? Uh, okay. One really good book. Like what books are you looking for?
No, it's just your favorite books.
Oh, my favorite books. I'll tell you recent that I've read and that I found really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So there is this book, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, okay.
It is relatively long, but oh my God, it is
Yeah, I've heard about it.
amazing, right? And what else have I read? I also, so there's this app known as Libby, जहाँ से like library से you can borrow books.
I know, yeah.
तो तो यहाँ पे एक बुक है एक गधे की आत्मकथा. I have a hold on that. Um, what else is here? I mean, there are a lot of books that are good, but I think, oh, The Last Lecture. This may be something that you've already read.
I
The
s-
Last Lecture.
I think so, yeah.
Um, then there's this book, The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Auschwitz was a concentration camp.
Okay. Oh,
Um, and The Happiness Track.
mm-hmm.
And this one, 13 Things Mentally Strong People Do.
Self-help book.
Yeah. Huh?
Is it a self-help book?
I guess so. I guess
Okay.
so. Yeah. There's also Atomic Habits if you haven't read it.
I have read it. I have read it.
Yeah, I found that really nice. Oh, there's also this really good book. I was so surprised. Wild, Wild, Wild. It's old. It's like maybe 7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
but it was amazing. Like I didn't expect it to be that good, and it was amazing. Um, there's also this really nice one, The Universe in a Single Atom. I thought it was really nice. Oh, there's this book. Maybe you should talk to someone. It's written by a therapist. It's a really good book, actually. It's a really good book. And I try to learn how to be a better communicator. So there is this book, If I Understood You, Would I Have This Look on My Face? So that's also a really nice book, and it talks about like जैसे हम verbal communicate करते हैं ना, that doesn't really count for a lot, but it's also about the actions or the expressions or the tone and the modality of your voice which really make the difference. Uh, Yeah.
Okay. What is the meaning of life?
What is the meaning of life? um, तो इसके बारे में हमने पहले भी बात की थी and I think I still stick to what I said कि we all start life the same way, we are born, we all end life the same way, we all die. So if there is any meaning, it has to be from the journey that we do before these two endpoints. And why I think like that is because of evolution. Humans have a higher power of thinking. We have the ability to think. We can reason, right? And I just think it's a lot of joy to use these blessings if you can do anything in life. Like usme jo joy hai because you're just using something that you're provided with.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So leverage what you have to the fullest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's well put. Uh, I had a lot of fun, and I'll probably have Siddha again. I think we have a lot more to talk.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, everyone.